Hey guys, it's Carla. Today I'm starting with my raw sienna background and my outline is drawn on. So the first thing I'm going to do with a large flat synthetic brush is paint all around the outline. So I want my darker colors to be at the bottom and my lighter colors at the top, and feel free to change these colors if you want, but these are the colors I'm using. I like the orange and the blue together because they're contrasting colors, so they always look good together. So I'm just very loosely painting this on in kind of X strokes and leaving it very choppy. Alright, so now with the small flat brush, I'm going to paint in my darker shades in the car. And again, I'm going to keep this really, really loose and leave quite a bit of that raw sienna showing through. So I'm just using the edge of the brush sometimes to just make small, like skinny lines, and then the flat part to paint the bigger areas. But I want to keep it really, really loose. So I'm not staying in one area too long. I'm just kind of bouncing around and very loosely scumbling this in. And like I've said before, if you hold the brush out toward the end, it's easier to get this really loose look. If you grip up on it, you tend to try to be too precise with your painting. Alright, so now with kind of a brownish shade, orangish brown, I'm painting in my headrest and my mirror, and the mirror on the side and the headlights. Okay, now the reason I added a little bit of orange to this blue is just to kind of dull it down a little bit, because blue and orange are contrasting colors, so they if you add one to the other, it just dulls it down just a little bit. So I'm keeping this really loose again, but I'm painting the rest of the car with this kind of dark, dull blue. Again, I'm leaving a lot of that raw sienna showing through. Okay, now with my dark shade, my kind of black shade, I'm going to put in some kind of crescent shapes, I guess, in the headlights, and then some shadows on the seat rest and the mirror. Alright, so now I'm going to go a little bit lighter because the blue that I put on the car is dry now. So with just a little more white, I'm going to brighten it up. This is not the brightest shade, but it's, I guess, the medium shade. Very, very loose. Okay, I'm still using that flat brush, but I'm just using the corner of it to kind of dab in some tread on the tires. And then with that black shade, I want to darken it up down here where it would be kind of shaded, I guess. Very loose though, just choppy, choppy, choppy. All right, so now I'm going a little bit lighter on the blue. I don't want to cover up all of my blue that I've already got on there, so each time I'm painting less and less of the shade so that I don't cover up my my previous shade. Now this is the final blue shade. So it's just going on like the very highest areas, the more raised areas. All right, now I'm adding white to my black shade to make a gray. So anywhere that is like metal, like silver metal, then I'm going to put highlights on it. I want to keep this really, really loose. You probably get tired of me saying that, but that is the style that I'm going for, so it's something that you have to constantly remind yourself of, that just to keep it loose. Your brain wants to make everything perfect. I'm just darkening those up a little bit. They didn't show up good. And with a small round brush, I'm just kind of brushing in some yellow in the headlights to make them look like they're on. And then with a little white mixed in with it, I'm going to brush some of that in and brighten it up a little bit. Now this is just pure white with my small round brush. And when you're putting in pure white, you just don't get carried away with it. You just have to go sparingly with it. All right, now with my large flat brush, I'm mixing up a lighter shade for the sky, just to brighten it up there. And I watered it down a little bit so that the background still shows through. And now with watered down blue, if you don't want all of that raw sienna showing, If you want to cover some of it up, then you can make a blue glaze, like watered down blue, and just very lightly go over it. And that way you're not covering it up solid because it's watered down. You'll still be able to see through it a little bit, but if you feel like there's too much raw sienna showing, then that's the way to cover it up. And then I'm just highlighting the seats. And that is it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and God bless you.